Hi, everybody. It's Jim Wanzeck with RE/MAX Masters Millennium, and we're here at 6020 Greenwood Plaza Boulevard at the Mount Elbert Studio. And we're really pretty excited about the Mount Elbert Studio because we have a chance to really get to know our agents. So we're interviewing all of our agents, and today we have a relatively newcomer to our company, but not newcomer to business or the dealing of real estate. So, John Skoglund, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jim.
Well, thanks a lot for coming in. We really appreciate the opportunity to kind of get to know you better because that's what we try to do. This is for ColoradoMastersRadio.com, so you can use it for lots of things, but really it's important to us to get to know each other a little bit better, and we can memorialize that.
Okay, great.
Great. So, John, tell me about you, John, the person first. Let's just kind of get into the background of John.
Sure. Well, I'm a Colorado native, which is kind of rare these days, so I know the state well. I obviously am a snow skier and love to do that, and hike and camp and all of that, growing up in the Colorado mountains. Fishing and once in a while, but not too much anymore.
Okay.
Mostly ski.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And then I have a family.
Okay.
I have a wife and two kids, daughter-in-law and son-in-law, and expecting my first grandchild in September. So we're pretty excited about that.
Well, that you should be. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, good. So what part of town do you live in?
I live in Parker.
Okay.
And I retired from the federal government. We've been back in Colorado about 14 years, and we
Okay.
moved to Parker, and we've been there ever since.
So tell me about your experience in the federal government then.
Sure. So I worked for the U.S. Postal Service, but then the Postal Inspection Service, which is the law enforcement branch of the post office.
Okay.
So I became a federal agent, and majority of my career I was a federal agent.
Okay.
Initially relocated to Iowa, and then I worked at headquarters in Washington, D.C. We lived in Minnesota, Texas, and then back to Denver before
Wow.
I retired.
So tell me, like you were in the GS system then? Does that ended up that? I mean, because my dad was a GS-15 when he retired.
Yeah, so equivalent to that, the postal system is different acronym, but yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Basically.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. So, so you really got to deal with people a lot in your job for sure, and how to handle that.
Yeah, absolutely. Dealt with all kinds of people in the public, good and bad. And, partly why I became interested in real estate is I moved a lot with the government. And
Right.
had good and bad experiences, and I've always had an interest in real property. And so I finally decided to get my license and now come to work here at RE/MAX.
Well, that's exciting, and we're really happy to have you. So, you had a lot of choices to go to a lot of different companies. Why did you choose RE/MAX Masters Millennium?
Well, first of all, I was very happy about their branding, and I talked to about 5 different brokerages after I got my license, and you were one of them. You were referred to me by one of the agents here because I bought my house through him and stayed in contact with him over the years, which, as we know, is very important to do.
Very, very.
But, this office being the number one office for RE/MAX in the country for a number of years and 1 year internationally, good support system, and I just felt like it was a good fit for me personally, and obviously the support and the expertise and everything you have, and again, I wanted the RE/MAX branding, so that was important to me.
Right, but didn't you have your family had a business like in Colorado Springs, right?
In Canyon City.
In Canyon
I
City.
grew up in a family business.
Okay.
My grandfather started the business and my dad took over. We were gasoline wholesalers. They were called jobbers, but basically they're wholesalers. So we had several gas stations, and we had a lot of farm and ranch accounts. So I would be on the delivery truck, for a while and deliver up to ranchers and farmers. And I just decided that isn't something I really wanted to do. And so I got hired on the post office because I tested for that when I was still in college.
Okay.
And, the rest is history. I worked, with the Postal Service until I retired.
Okay.
And then I went to work as the Director of Consumer Protection for the Colorado 18th Judicial District Attorney's Office.
Whoa.
And I did that for about a year and a half, had the opportunity to go to Western Union, and I built out the program for fraud, education awareness, outreach. And
Okay.
I developed partnerships with a lot of national organizations, more with the older population, seniors.
Okay.
And did quite well with that and decided to just have a change. And so I resigned from there, and now I'm here.
Well, that's fantastic. But you didn't tell us like your college background. You said you mentioned a college. What did you study in college? And Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Sure. So the first 2 years I went to school at Western State in Gunnison, Colorado, and I was an anthropology major. I thought I would do something in the sciences, and I wanted a larger city, so I ended up transferring to the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley,
Okay.
where I ended up, getting my bachelor's degree.
Okay.
And I majored in business
Yep.
because, like better way to say, I guess I thought science isn't quite it. Let me go into something that makes sense. And
Yeah.
obviously had a business background with the family business.
Well, so what did you? So really, you've handled three corners of the state there. So what did you do on north of I-70? Do you have any experience there? Because man, you've got the rest of the state covered for sure.
Yeah, not so much other than visiting family.
Okay.
I have cousins that married ranchers up in Toponis, Colorado.
Oh,
Which is,
all right. That rounds it out.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
That's really cool. So tell us about your specialization of what you would really like to do as far as your clients in the real estate world now.
Sure. Well, my philosophy is do unto others as you would have people do unto you. Like I say, I've had good and bad real estate transactions in the past, and I thought I could do a better job than some of these folks that I worked with in the
Right.
past, unfortunately. So, I want to help them the best that I can. I'm currently working with some first-time buyers, and it's been an awesome experience because I'm educating them to home buying and the process and things to look for, and working with them through the lender that I recommended, and
Okay.
getting their pre-approval and everything, which has been great for me as a new agent because I get to explain in more detail, which I'm passionate about helping people on all levels, and now in the real estate arena. So, it's going great.
Well, that's good. I mean, I've also noticed that you're taking the Brian Buffini route in classes and kind of learning about how, because Brian Buffini is well respected in our industry.
Right, absolutely. And, we've gone to about 4 sessions now.
Okay.
And I'm very excited about it because I thought it's going to continue to give me additional tools to help me be very successful in this business. I'm a very competitive person.
Right, we know that.
Yeah, and I like to learn things, and it's just given me some techniques already to help build my clientele and my
Okay.
client base.
So now, how would we get a hold of you?
Sure. Well, my cell phone is the great number.
Okay.
303-588-6045. And my full name is John Skoglund III.
Okay.
And so I have a website, www.johnskoglundii.com.
Right.
And you'll get information about contacting me, about properties in the system. Can request to be contacted so I can send you items of value.
Neat.
And all of that. So I'm very excited about it.
Well, we're really excited to have you in the office, and thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with me today. It was very appreciative. Thank you.
You're welcome. Appreciate
Okay,
it. Thanks,
you
John.
bet. All right. Hey, guys, we'll another edition with John. This was pretty awesome to get to know him a little bit, and, let's keep this rolling. So if you have any questions, call John, and he will take good care of you. Thanks a lot.